بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستهديه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم تسليما كثيرا مزيدا إلى يوم الدين أما بعد. This is our fifth class on the explanation of Zaad al Mustaqni, and we spoke yesterday about the moon sighting and that if it's a cloudy night or a clear night, it doesn't really affect the sighting, meaning we go by sighting, whether it's cloudy or not. It doesn't have no effect. If we don't see it on a clear or unclear sky, on a night where the sky is clear or unclear, it doesn't matter. If we see it, the following day is Ramadan. If we don't see it, then Sha'ban will continue for 30 days. Then the day after that is Ramadan. That reality summarizes most of what we took yesterday. But a talib ilm takes it in depth and wants to understand and think and see how the ulama think. We stopped off on the last sentence of the first paragraph, where the author says, وَإِن رَآهُ أَهْلُ بَلَدٍ وَإِن رَآهُ أَهْلُ بَلَدٍ لَزِمَ النَّاسَ كلهم الصوم وإن رآه أهل بلد لزم الناس كلهم الصوم. If the people of a town see the moon, everyone's obligated to fast. If the people of a country, of a town see the moon, everyone is obligated to fast. What he means is if a country officially declares Ramadan by sighting, the entire globe must follow along. لَزِمَ النَّاسَ كُلَّهُمْ الصَّوْمِ لَزِمَ النَّاسَ كُلَّهُمْ الصَّوْمِ. If one country, that's the meaning of what he's saying, declares the sighting, the official sighting, everyone has to fast. That's of course a very general statement, and he didn't mean to include what he said, everyone has to fast. He didn't mean to include that a woman on her menstrual cycle or a 7-year-old boy or an insane person must fast. What he meant is if a country declares that it's the beginning of Ramadan, it's official, and they did it the proper way, the world must follow along and declare Ramadan based on the sighting of that one country. What's not disputed here is that if a country sights the moon and it's confirmed, that entire country or vicinity must fast by ijma'. There's no dispute right there. There is no dispute on that matter. You don't need to say, oh, I didn't see the moon myself. You don't personally need to see the moon yourself, because Allah said, فَمَنْ شَهِدَ مِنْكُمُ الشَّهْرَ فَلْيَصُمْ. Whoever of you is present at his home and witnesses the month, he must fast. Look at that. شَهِدَ مِنْكُمْ الشَّهْرَ. Witnesses the month. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't say that you need to personally witness the moon. He said if you witness the month, which is a difference. You fast if you witness the month. Meaning, if the country declares it, if your vicinity declares it and they're doing it the proper way, you go along. It's not, you have no excuse to say, oh, I didn't personally see the moon. There's an ijma' of ulama that it's wajib to fast Ramadan by the people who reside in a country after it has been confirmed by credible witnesses in a credible way. There's also, that's clear there. There's also a near ijma' that close vicinities, nearby countries, should follow along with that country that has declared the sighting. What's disputed now? Those are the matters that are not disputed. What's disputed is if one country sees it and they confirm the sighting, What about other countries worldwide who have not confirmed the sighting? Must all the countries follow that one country that confirmed the moon sighting? There's four opinions on this matter. The first opinion is what the author adopted. The author adopted the opinion that if one country confirms the sighting, one country confirms the sighting of the moon, all other countries follow along in every part of the globe with no exception. As long as, of course, they hear about it. If they didn't hear about it, that's a different story. But if they hear about it, they should follow along. The proof for that is in Sahih Muslim, they said. What's your proof? They said, Sumu li ru'yatihi wa aftiru li ru'yatihi. Observe fast on sighting of the new moon and break the fast on the sighting of the new moon. Now, how is that proof that all the countries got to follow along? They said this is a general order from the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, general, broad, and it's directed for the entire ummah. Sham, Masr, Andalus, the United States, they all should go along with whatever country declares it, if they sighted the moon and if it reaches them. The point of the hadith is they're saying is that the order of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam stating to fast Ramadan based on sighting is regardless of any boundaries or any countries. As soon as one country officially declares it, then every other country follows along. The Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam didn't specify a continent or a country or a certain area. It was broad for everyone. That's the first proof. Then their second proof is لا تصوموا حتى تروا ولا تفطروا حتى تروا. Don't fast until you see it, and don't break your fast until you see it. Of course, about the moon. Again, over here, they use the same rationale. They said this is a statement that's broad from the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and it's to the entire ummah, regardless of any boundaries or any countries. That's the second proof. Their third proof is to keep the ummah united, unity. That method, they said, preserves unity among the Muslim ummah. Even though unity, it's not a goal within itself, especially on the account of the truth, what we mean. If unity opposes the truth, we don't go by unity, we go by what the truth is. But in matters like this, the ulama take unity into consideration, especially when the issue at hand is backed by some proof. This opinion, and it's the official Hanbali opinion, and it's the one that the author adopted, states if one country sees the moon, the entire globe follows along. And we mentioned their proof. They said the general statements of the Prophet ﷺ to sight the moon were for the entire ummah. That, according to them, is even if there's great distances between the countries, meaning not just Mecca and Medina that are next to each other, meaning if it's in Mecca and they declare it, then people in Andalus or in Africa, if they get the news of that, they should go and follow along. That's the first opinion. The second opinion, and it's what Ibn Taymiyyah adopted. And notice, Ibn Taymiyyah is the Imam of the Hanbali madhab. The first opinion is a Hanbali madhab, and this is also opinion of Ibn Taymiyyah, who's a Hanbali. Ibn Taymiyyah, and the second opinion is that when a country sights the moon, it's sufficient for that country. They don't need to follow each other. So for every country is its own sighting. Every country has its own sighting. Meaning, if they have in Sham their own sighting, in Andalus, they don't have to follow along. Every country has its own separate sighting. And of course, this second opinion is the opposite of the first opinion. What's your proof? They said, number one, فَمَنْ شَهِدَ مِنْكُمُ الشَّهْرَ فَلْيَصُمْ. The verse in the Quran, Allah said, you must fast if you witness the month. We didn't see the moon, they said. Our country did not sight the moon. Your country sighted the moon. Our country didn't sight it. So we did not witness the month. That's the first proof. The second proof is صوموا لرؤيته وأفطروا لرؤيته. Observe fast for the sighting of the new moon and break your fast for the sighting of the new moon. How is that proof for you? They said another country may have sighted the moon and they may have a confirmed sighting somewhere else. The messenger said, observe the fast on the sighting of the new moon. We over here in our country didn't sight the moon. So they took it to mean that every country is independent. They also used their third proof, that's two proofs. Their third proof is qiyas, analogy. They said people throughout the globe, all over the world, they start their pre-dawn and end their fast at sunset at different times. For example, when it's Maghrib in one country and they're breaking their fast, they may be preparing to start their fast in another country. So the analogy, the qiyas is, because we accept the fact that the world has different timings when they start and when they end the fast, we should accept the fact that within the world there's a difference in the sighting of the moon. Just like every country starts differently, their pre-dawn and their sunset, they also have the right to start Ramadan and end Ramadan at different times. Now their fourth proof, and it's actually their strongest proof, and Ikrimah, rahimahullah, adopted this opinion because of this proof. He said, this is a hadith. Qurayb said, al-Fadl sent me to Muawiyah to do some errands for her in Sham. So he left Medina and headed to Sham. Qurayb said, when I got to Sham, I completed everything she asked me to do. I completed her errands. And then the new crescent of Ramadan was sighted while I was in Sham. I saw, and he said, I saw, and the people saw, the new crescent on the night of Friday. They seen the new moon on the night of Friday. Then I came back to Medina. He ended what he had to do, and he came back to Medina. When he reached Medina, Abdullah bin Abbas asked him about the sighting of moon where he was at in Sham. He said, did you see it? He said, I seen it on the night of Friday. Ibn Abbas said, you saw it on the night of Friday? He said, yes, I seen it on the night of Friday. And they started the fast on Friday. Because you seen it on the night of Friday, then the following day is the first day of Ramadan. Ibn Abbas said, but we saw it on the night of Saturday. Meaning we didn't see it on the night of Friday, we saw it on the night of Saturday. So Muawiyah said, Ibn Abbas said, we'll continue fasting until we have completed 30 days or we see it. Qurayb then asked a follow-up question to Ibn Abbas. Will you not be content or happy or take the sighting of Muawiyah radiallahu anhu and his companions? They seen it in Sham on the night of Friday, a day before Medina. So the moon was there Friday, but you guys didn't fast on Friday. There's only one moon. Qurayb said to Ibn Abbas, shouldn't we go by their sighting as well? Ibn Abbas said no. Ibn Abbas said no. And then, look, no, and note how I'm saying this. Ibn Abbas said no. Then Ibn Abbas made a statement. And he said, this is what the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam enjoined upon us. This is what the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam enjoined upon us. Qurayb was in Sham. They started their fast in Sham on Friday because they seen the moon the night before. Ibn Abbas was in Medina. They started on Saturday because they seen the moon the night before. Ibn Abbas said to Qurayb, we're not going according to the sighting of Muawiyah radiallahu anhu. Ibn Abbas can easily get up and give a speech and say, we started late. We missed a day. The people of Sham has seen it a day before us. So we're going to go according to them. We were wrong. We must follow the Sham because they seen it before us. And the moon is a moon. It's only one moon. They seen it the day before us. So we made a mistake. And after Ramadan, everybody make up one day for that one day that we made an error on. Ibn Abbas said, no, we're not going according to their sighting. Then he commented and said, this is what the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam enjoined upon us. The point of the hadith is Ibn Abbas is a Sahabi, and Ibn Abbas did not go by the sighting of another country, which is Sham. That's clear. That right there, that fact is clear. Ibn Abbas himself, his ijtihad was that Sham has their own sighting. We over here, down here in Medina, we have our own sighting. Now, the response to this proof is, first of all, it's clear Ibn Abbas adopts that every country has its own sighting from the wording of the hadith. That's his ijtihad. That's the first thing. The second thing is the key statement at the end when he said, this is what the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam ordered or enjoined upon us. This is what the Messenger ordered or enjoined upon us. When one reads it and he's overlooking the hadith, he assumes that the statement of Ibn Abbas, this is what the Messenger enjoined upon us. When you read that, you assume or you think that he means every country has its own sighting. But what Ash-Shawkani rahimahullah, and I find it very strong, Ash-Shawkani rahimahullah and others stated, is that statement by Ibn Abbas was referring to the statement of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, don't fast until you see the moon, and don't break your fast until you see the moon. That's what it was referring to. Ash-Shawkani said Ibn Abbas didn't mean by his statement, this is what the Messenger enjoined upon us. He didn't mean that every country has its own sighting. He wasn't saying that that's what the Messenger enjoined upon us. That's not what he was talking about. He meant that the Messenger enjoined upon us that we don't fast until we see the moon, and we don't break the fast until we see the moon. You understand the difference in what the statement of the final statement of Ibn Abbas was referring to? What it boils down to is, had the statement of Ibn Abbas, this is what the Messenger enjoined upon us, had it been referring to the different sightings, had he said the Messenger enjoined upon us, and he meant by that statement that the Messenger enjoined upon us different sightings for different countries, that would have pretty much ended the dispute in this matter. The different sightings for different countries was an ijtihad by Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu. That's his personal ijtihad. This is what the Messenger enjoined upon us means we go by sighted and we end by sighted. It meant totally something totally different. Now there's a third opinion on this matter, and it's if the Khalifa orders something, we go according to what the Khalifa orders. That's a correct opinion in many, like I said, in many of these matters, because the Khalifa has a lot of discretion and authority, and the Muslim should adhere to him in these kind of matters. And also, not only is it on the powers of the Khalifa, there's also a hadith that indicates that as-sawmu yawma yasumu an-nas wal-fitru yawma yafṭuru an-nas. That's the third opinion. It's according to what the Khalifa declares. The fourth opinion is whoever gets the news anywhere, and as you know, back then the news moved very slowly. Whoever gets the news of anywhere that a country has declared and confirmed the sighting, everyone should follow along with that country as long as they get the news about that. This is actually similar to the first opinion. In fact, it's actually, in reality, part of the first opinion, but some ulama have it independent as an independent opinion. The conclusion on this matter: matters like this are narrowly disputed. It's a close dispute. Both opinions of the opinion of unification of sighting, according to the first opinion, and the opposing opinion that each country has its own sighting, as Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhuma stated. Both of these opinions have giants of ilm that back them. Not any ordinary people, but I'm saying giants of ilm. In fact, some of them have Sahaba that back them. However, personally, I lean more towards the first opinion. And that's really the ideal situation, and it's backed by proof. When a country declares the siren, the ideal scenario is that the world follows along. Why? Because the hadith that point to fasting based on siren are general, they're broad. Like we said when we mentioned the proof, when the Messenger ﷺ says, "Sumu li ru'yatih," fast to the siren of the moon. وَلَا تَفْطُرُوا حَتَّى تَرَوْا, don't break your fast until you see the moon. These are general statements to everyone, for everybody, in every country. So once it's declared and confirmed in the proper way, then everyone follows along because these statements are broad. The order to fast based on siren don't have boundaries restricting them. That's the issue here. That's like the order to perform prayers. Allah in the Quran said, وَأَقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةِ وَآتُوا الزَّكَاةِ, perform your salah and give your zakah. He ordered us not to deal in interest, in usury. وَلَا لَا تَأْكُلُوا الرِّبَا يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا لَا تَأْكُلُوا الرِّبَا. He ordered us not to commit fornication. وَلَا تَقْرَبُوا الزِّنَا. All these orders, perform your prayer, give your zakah, don't deal in usury or interest, don't go near adultery and fornication. All these orders, they apply to everyone everywhere. Do you ever see anyone saying that these orders apply to some people, some places? These apply to everyone, everywhere, in every country. And likewise, the Messenger's order about siren should apply to everyone, everywhere. They're general, they're broad, we should keep them as that. Ibn Abbas had his personal ijtihad, radiallahu anhuma. And as I broke it down to you, he had his opinion that every country has its own siren. But Shawkani rahimahullah responded to that and he said, the general proof of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam ordering everyone to fast indicates it's for everyone and everywhere. Once the moon, this is the wording of Shawkani, once the moon is sighted in one place or one part of the world, everyone must follow along and fast. If Masr declares it, the Arabian Peninsula and the rest of the world should fast. If Mecca declares it, the rest of the world should fast. If in Andalus they happen to confirm it, the rest of the world follows along. Why? Because the hadith are general. The general ahadith and the fact that Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu's statement was his opinion. It was his ijtihad, not the statement of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. With this, we have concluded, alhamdulillah, the first paragraph of your Kitab al-Siyam. And tomorrow, inshallah, we'll start on the beginning of the second paragraph. What you have to do is take these notes, look them